Hello guys, welcome back to SmashClass. My name is Ramses, and today I will be teaching you how to win games effortlessly. As we get further and further into our adventures into the advantage state, we are currently at a point where we have to discuss one of the most important things in Smash. You must recover. We talked about this before, right? How to recover back to the stage. Now we're going to tell you how to stop your opponent from doing exactly that. Let's get into this week's episode of SmashClass. So the focus today is to prevent our opponent from getting back to the stage. So as we discussed in one of the earlier episodes, recovery is one of the most important parts of Smash, right? Getting back to the platform. So similarly, one of the most important things in Smash is to stop your opponent from getting back to the stage. So there's going to be three different types of recoveries. We're going to look at high recoveries, mid recoveries, and low recoveries. We discussed this before in our recovery video, but I quickly want to outline them again. So this would be a high recovery. So I get sent back, I jump high, and I just jump back to the stage. I don't even touch the offstage area. Basically try to skip as much of the scary part about recovery as possible. The bad thing about going high is that when you are going high like this, you put yourself in a juggle state. We talked about juggles before, but now you're getting juggled without the access to a double jump. So you only have your aerials and your air dodges to mix up. And if you only have your aerials and air dodges to mix up, then you're going to be relatively straightforward, relatively predictable, which in turn is going to get you hit much more easily. So this option is generally not advised. Second option is a mid-level recovery. So a lot of this is very specific to the character. Mario doesn't really have many tools, but for example, Little Mac can do a mid-level recovery with his Haymaker, where he lunges sideways. So this is another example of a mid-height recovery. Right, with side B, very horizontal way to return to the stage. Or if your character has a tether recovery, they can use a tether to go more middle height. But every character can use air dodges, and this is how that would look. So I go to the stage and I just air dodge to the ledge. So as you can see, I try to stay stage height. And then finally, the most common one is a low recovery. So you hang out down here and you jump and then you up B to the stage or to the ledge, whichever you feel is more safe. Probably to the ledge, it's the hardest one to beat, right? So we try to go like that. Grab the ledge, and then from there we play from the ledge. What is important for you is to understand well this distinction first of all. So if your opponent goes high, you need to be ready to juggle them, right? They come high, they don't have a double jump, they're gonna have to land into you. So you can use something like an up smash. If your up smash is big, it can beat the aerial, and if your up smash lasts long enough, it can also beat their landing. Very similar, you can kind of wait and shield. If they do a move, you can use an out of shield option, and if they do an air dodge, you can drop your shield and try to grab them, something like that, right? So covering the high recovery by staying on the stage and really protecting the stage is probably the best way to beat those recoveries. Keep in mind, even at the high level, a lot of people try to get away with these high recoveries because if they do succeed, they are extremely strong. So showing that you can beat someone just double jumping back to the stage is very important. So to beat a mid-height recovery, generally we have to guard the ledge, right? So we're trying to stay around here and beat options that happen around the ledge. If they air dodge to the ledge, there's actually a little bit of time in which you are vulnerable. Let me show you real quick. So I've set up the display to show you when someone is invincible with a blue outline. So as you can see, I'm invincible due to the air dodge. And then when I'm no longer invincible as I'm nearing the ledge, and only then do I start grabbing it, right? So that window where he's not invincible, he can get hit. Now, it's hard to show you this because computers will not air dodge to the ledge, but I can tell you moves like down tilts and down smashes are extremely strong at beating these type of options. So if you think your opponent is going to air dodge to the ledge, try to down smash them. And if you have someone to practice with, just sit down and do a few air dodges to ledge and really try to punish each other for doing that, right? So really try to get the timing on that exactly right. And if you get like a down tilt, you might be able to combo and you can get into your combos, send your opponent off stage from there. There's really a lot of possibilities here. The easiest way to do this, if you know for sure that your opponent's going to air dodge to the ledge, is to run off the stage and jump back on with a lasting aerial like a Mario Nair, something like that, right? So if you have an aerial like this that stays out for a while, you can run off and jump back on with a Nair, and because the hitbox is active for a long time around the ledge area, it's often going to beat someone air dodging to the ledge. Now finally, there's low recovery. So low recoveries are the most unique. So every character has a different way in which you're gonna have to beat their low recovery, right? So for example, for Little Mac, he really doesn't have a lot of options. So for me, I can just go out there, hit him, and then he doesn't make it anymore. So really think about how your character can intercept your opponent from going low. So for example, as Mario, I can actually throw out fireballs as well. So if I try to hit Little Mac with a fireball, it stops his momentum and he cannot make it back to the stage. So really think, okay, what are my options, right? So you can maybe throw out a projectile if it goes downwards. Pikachu has one as well. Or you can go down there and really throw out an aerial for him to get around. And that's going to be really hard for a lot of characters to deal with too. So the final thing that you can do to beat someone's recovery is two framing. So two framing is a mechanic where if someone grabs the ledge from below the stage, there will always be 2 frames of vulnerability. So let me show you how that looks. As you can see, we're doing the up B. And now Mario has changed his animation on this frame. He's going to grab the ledge. So next frame, he will move towards the ledge more. Here you go. There's the move towards the ledge. And this is the second frame. And now he's invincible. So there's an animation where the character starts to grab the ledge. And that animation has 2 frames of vulnerability. So if you have a sword or a move that hits below the ledge in general, then you can throw it out and try to hit the opponent for trying to grab the ledge if it hits below the stage. So something like that could be extremely big as well. And for example, Little Mac has a really good down smash that hits below the stage too. So if we want to take a look at that. So here we got Little Mac doing his down smash, and I got the hitboxes turned on. So we're going to be able to see exactly how the hitbox looks. So take a look at this. After just a few frames, Little Mac will punch, and as you can see, the ball reaches below the ledge. So he's scooping below the ledge with his fist. So with a lot of characters that try to grab the ledge from below can get caught by this down smash and then get sent off. It also lasts for a couple of frames, and then from there he basically kills you because you get sent very, very horizontally due to the smash, as you can see right here. Right, so good luck recovering. Even with my double jump, I will not be able to make it there. So keep that in mind, guys. It is a combination between covering the high recoveries with your on-stage pressure, covering the ledge to beat out horizontal approaches, and then going low to beat out the low recoveries. And you can spice it all up by beating out your opponent using that 2-frame vulnerability. And that's it for beating your opponent's recovery. I hope you learned a lot. I know it's a lot to go over, but if you follow the step-by-step guide that we outline, where we cover high, then cover the ledge for the mid-level recovery, and then if we have the read, we can go off stage and cover the low recovery as well. If you just follow that structure, then you'll be doing better instantaneously. One thing, again, that you really want to practice is that 2 framing. I promise you it's possible. It sounds like a hard thing to do, right? Only 2 frames, only 1/30th of a second to hit your opponent, but it is done regularly at top level play. So really, really look into it and get the most out of your character. Really look into, okay, what tools does my character have to stop the opponent? For example, Zelda can become invincible during her neutral B, so she can really try to get down there and use her invincibility to just straight up beat our opponent's up B recoveries. So get creative. Look at your character's tools. Again, I advise you to get into training mode and take a look into what your character can do to stop the opponent from recovering. For now, that was all, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for some more Smash Class. And of course, stay smart.